Hi guys, it's Nene aka SoulStar Divine Feminine. Welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a pick a card reading. Now this is the first official pick a card reading I'm uploading on this channel. I did actually film one a few months ago when I was still living in Barcelona at the beach and in a park. Loads of different amazing scenery. However, there were loads of bad things that happened that day, including our van and home getting broken into, so I ended up not uploading that. But today I'm doing my first official pick a card reading, and this is to help you guys unlock secret messages on exactly what you are divinely needed to know and what you're needed to hear right now to help you for your greatest and highest good. And I just woke up maybe about an hour ago, so I've been meditating over these cards that I actually pulled from this morning at about 7 a.m. So the messages have been coming through really profoundly, and I had to actually take a break and rest during that time. Now, as you can see, I'm once again in my master bedroom behind me because it's extremely hot right now, and there's loads of sounds and stuff going on downstairs from the gardens next door. There's work, so I thought the best place to film this would be nice and concentrated in here. Now, here are the 4 piles. So you guys, it's up to you if you want to pause the video and meditate on them for a while and see which one you're drawn to the most. And we're starting off in this direction: number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. So let me know when you guys have finished picking, and let's get started. And also down below in the description, I will try my best to write the times of what group 1 is, group 2, group 3, and group 4. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and I'm so excited to connect with you through these messages. So group number 1. Hopefully you guys can feel some of that amazing energy coming off that crystal. So I have moved my desk and table back so you guys can see the cards more clearly. This is probably actually a better setup. So I have group 1 here. Now I've got a mixture of oracle cards as well as Atlantis oracle cards, life purpose oracle cards, psychic tarot for the heart, and my mood card deck as well. The energy of this is very intense. I instantly know that there's going to have to be a lot of grounding going on for group number 1. So wow, first card, giving and receiving. Spirit wants you to know that they want you to continue to try your best to remain open. They understand that the circumstances that are presenting themselves towards you right now physically haven't been the greatest. They want you to have this new start and this new beginning, but because recently, out of frustration, some impatience, but a lot of it is out of frustration, you're starting to not trust the universe and not trust your intuition as much as you were before. And the universe is guiding you and trying to give you loads of hints that just because it looks a certain way right now doesn't mean that all your manifestations aren't coming in. It's just that there are some karmic lessons and cycles that you're still having to clear out, and this is a whole new version of you. This is a whole new level of you, and it demands a new level of your effort, your energy, your trust. And you need to keep on working every day to stay more open. It's all about receiving and giving, playing the equal part of, are you putting in the right amount of energy? If you are, it will come back tenfold, but sometimes it won't come back in the way that you egotistically, mindfully expect. And that's one of the biggest things I'm hearing, is you have to drop the expectations. You have to start grounding yourself more, knowing that you're putting in all the effort and energy into what you genuinely want. You need to put in all the effort and energy into what you genuinely want and desire and what makes you happy every single day, regardless of if you see any outcome for a long time, depending on what a long time is for you. But you have to continue trusting that because you've put the energy and effort into those projects, those ideas, those goals, into yourself, watering your own cup, that you can still give to other people, that you can still receive certain things that are actually going to really benefit you. Some of you may be waiting for a certain email from, because some of you are waiting for a certain email about a job opportunity or career opportunity, and every time you check your email, you know, you're hoping and hoping and hoping and hoping and hoping, and then you're like, oh my gosh, it still hasn't come in, it still hasn't come in. Wow, I thought I'd put in all the effort, I thought I did everything right, blah, 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 and you have. But you have to continue doing that. And the thing is, sometimes our hearts or our minds, deceive us on what we think we really want. Sometimes our mind can deceive us, convincing ourselves that we really want to go to A, which is a great yoga school in Hawaii with a prestige master. And because we're so focused on that, all of the effort and energy that we've been giving out to the universe, and even with us continuing to teach yoga and help yoga, you know, help with channeling different types of healing through yoga to help our friends and our family and to create a whole nice children community, which I'm seeing a lot of you do, but you're still focused on receiving that one specific message. But if you were to stay open to receive everything, you would know that actually the best place for you right now is to go to Michigan and to actually allow the opportunities of someone contacting you and asking you that if you could come there and actually start working with them and their community and their children. And even though in your mindset you're thinking, oh, but I really wanted to be in Hawaii with this master, like that's what my heart's set on, you realize that if you actually are open to receive that opportunity and you go to Michigan, wow, it's going to fulfill you in ways that you can't even imagine. Because in your head, you've already conceived an idea on what something's going to be like. And yes, that's great and that's visualization. But sometimes the universe brings in stuff that's even better than what we can conceive. And the universe really wants you to continue doing the work. Continue working on your pentacles. Continue putting the energy and effort into yourself. And stay open so you can receive. It's all about give and take. Wow. I was just talking about yoga. That is so funny. Yes, thank you, Spirit. Thank you for that confirmation. I was just channeling group number 1, doing yoga, needing to teach yoga. Oh, wow. I love when that happens. That is awesome. Woo. Yeah, yoga. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching and exercise. That is so funny. Okay, instantly. Group number 1. Whether or not you're doing yoga already, or whether or not you are now contemplating on doing it, either because of this reading or you've been getting intuitive hints and messages because the universe has been trying to get you to do yoga, myself included. I'm hearing that for those of you who are doing yoga and healing practices such as yoga and Pilates, because of the whole business and career aspect surrounding it, it's almost as if you've lost that real deep peaceful connection with yoga. It's almost as if you've made it into this stressful type of job, or what's the word I'm looking for? Hobby. It's turned from a hobby and something that you do that makes you happy and makes you feel good and makes you feel at peace and makes you feel strong and powerful, to suddenly like a full-time job and an obligation. And for some of you who have been getting all of these hints about doing yoga, and about how much it can actually benefit you, then at this point it's like, because you're already so focused on so many other things, you keep getting these hints and you keep getting these messages, but you just keep putting it on the back burner and thinking, oh, okay, yeah, you know, I'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. Okay, no, I'll do that in a few days. A few days come. Oh, I just don't have time. I'm exhausted. Like, the last thing I want to do now is go and put on a bloody YouTube channel and try and do some yoga. Like, I don't need to go to a class. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do that right now. I just want to sleep. And I know that's so easy to do. And yes, you are fucking exhausted. But my friend, sometimes you have to force yourself to do something that you know is going to benefit you. In the first 5 or 10 minutes, wow, you're going to have a massive transformation, and you're going to realize exactly why you needed to do this. And then it's going to empower you every day. And every time you wake up or you finish your work, and every time you finish all the tasks that you want to do for the day, and you realize, oh my gosh, okay, now I've got 3 or 4 hours spare, like I can do yoga. And every single part of you is like, I'm exhausted. That tiny percent there from that memory of how great it made you feel and how much you connected with yourself through that, it's going to help you. And as I said in the first card, I really am seeing some of you doing practices like yoga, and it's going to help you connect more with children and communities and help to heal them more and to connect with them more. And for some of you, it's going to be for you to create your own classes in the community and teach people how yoga and meditation can help, you know, better themselves, how it can help them in their daily life. But for some of you, I'm just seeing you, so many of you are healers, and a lot of you I'm seeing, if you even join a yoga class or just start joining a YouTube channel from a yoga instructor and start connecting with all that community in the comments, that you're going to be passing on so much healing to those people you connect with, either through comments or through the class anyway, through the class interaction. So please, please, please stop putting it on the back burner. Really, really do it. Next we have Atlantis, Oracle cards, dream to manifest your reality. And if this is the first time you guys are watching my channel, then I have started to show my cards in the camera for longer periods of time, just to help you connect with it more through your third eye. Okay, so Spirit wants you, I mean, this makes sense because of the grounding crystal we have. Spirit wants you to ground and integrate your visualizations much more into your reality. It's like a new belief system. You're getting told to level the fuck up right now mentally. Spirit wants you to be able to connect more with yourself through practices like yoga, but also going out in nature, getting more in touch with your real inner self. Is very important at this time, because so many of us, especially during this new moon energy, I've been so scattered and all over the place and been focused on 500 different things at once, and Spirit just wants you to just go within and be still, like a praying mantis, like chill the fuck out, observe stuff from a higher perspective. If you feel like have a distorted view right now, or you're so emotionally charged, purge, clear it out, and ground what you really want to happen. You have to work on the visualizations, work on law of attraction, work on the I am presence. I am joyful, I am successful. Don't say I want to have, because all that does is tell the universe that you do not have it. Actually integrate it into yourself as if you already have it, because guess what? You fucking do. And the more and more and more you connect with yourself through these practices, the more and more the universe is going to match that vibration, because guess what? You'll be matching that vibration within yourself. The universe wants you to bring your vibration up to those levels of your goals and your desires, and to continue those visualizations, and then ground yourself in nature or in these practices like yoga or meditation or breathing techniques, and ground it into your reality, and then just let go of any expectation and just allow everything that needs to come in to actually come in. Spirit is saying that some of you guys haven't been continuing with these visualizations, with this manifestation. Some of you are losing your imagination and your motivation to do some of these things and to create some of these realities for yourself, because you're finding it hard and frustrating that some of these things you just wish it would just come in way quicker. And then you're going back and forth of, am I doing it right? Am I blocking myself? Do I have energy blocks? Do I really still have fear that's actually, you know, stopping this from coming in? And for some of you guys, by going within, you're going to realize that you do have some of these energy blocks still, and you need to clear them out. But we have hopeful from the mood card deck. Ask yourself, what are you hopeful about? Okay, the universe really wants you to, continue dreaming, continue connecting within, continuing that hope and that faith. That's what it is. You have to keep the hope. You have to keep the faith alive. You have to understand that you are the greatest manifester that you could possibly have in your life. And if you really want to make a change, it has to happen within, in every single part of you. Everything has to happen within first, and the outside will literally mirror that back to you. And even though most of you will know that already, it's like you almost didn't realize how hard sometimes it can be, because some of the blockages that we have energetically, we've had since we were little children. Some of it's been passed down to us, some of it's just been through conditioning. And yes, it sometimes is very hard to clear out those energy blocks, especially when it comes to things like being financially secure or abundant through certain creative pursuits like yoga. It's not as easy as it is to get a job in, I don't know, HMV, or bloody hell, a gym as a receptionist. Those jobs are way easier to get than to create your own business based on creativity or spirituality and actually, you know, be financially secure in doing what you love. Those things take longer time sometimes. And other times, it's just all about how you're really connecting with yourself and believing and hoping that, and having the faith in what you believe in, knowing that it is already here, knowing that it's just grounding and integrating into this reality. Yeah. And the affirmation is, I am optimistic about the future. I have faith that all will be well and as it should be. And the two questions that are on the back after, what are you hopeful about, which I want you to ask yourself, what are you hopeful about? What do you see for yourself in the future? In 5 years' time, in 10 years' time? And write that shit down. What are the steps you need to take to achieve that? Write them down. And the last card we have, win or lose. Wow. You guys are in a big transformational period right now. Win or lose. Okay, going along with literally everything in this reading. Whew, keeping that faith alive, keeping your visualization strong every day, knowing that you already have these things, these opportunities, these blessings. You have this already, but you're not expecting it in a certain way. And that's normally like the hardest thing to do, to know and believe and to trust, but then to not create all these crazy expectations. Because sometimes you'll visualize and manifest, I need manifest, I have an extra £1,000 this month. But then you could tell yourself that, I'm going to get the extra £1,000 from this person, and they're going to, because they've owed me this for like 5 months. No. I have an extra £1,000 this month. But the extra £1,000 could come from someone giving you £200, someone donating £400 towards you, somebody giving you a gift card worth of £130, and it will add up that way. Because you're open to receive it. And yes, it is an extra £1,000 or $1,000. Just not necessarily in the way that you expected or visualized it, but the visualization of the energy of the visualization is what's going to help you. The trust and belief is what's going to help you. And Spirit is telling you that these are the things that are really going to make you the happiest. these are going to make your soul happy, your inner child happy, then you have to continue fighting through your own bullshit and continue putting in that effort and energy every day, regardless, win or lose, yes or no. Oh my gosh, I have an opportunity now, or I can't see any opportunities, but I'm still going to do everything in my power to act like I do have the opportunities, because you do. Sometimes you can't see what's happening right in front of you, or behind you, or to the side of you, or to the corner of you. But it is happening. And you have to continue believing and trusting and doing the work for yourself every day, regardless of if you see the outcome. You need to do this for yourself, for your own growth, elevation. It's really, really important right now. You cannot let the physical reality, the illusion of what's going on right now in front of you at this moment, you cannot let that dictate what goes on in here. You have to believe and have to trust. And it is fucking hard. I know it is hard to continue trusting and dreaming and visualizing every day when it's like, oh my gosh, I've worked my ass off for like ever. Like, this has been a year and a half. Are you serious? I can't get a break. I'm so done. And even if you go through those fits of anger and frustration and ego and inner child, whatever it is, you need to transmute, get back to yourself, your real self, and realize once again, you have this, you got this, you're strong, you're powerful. And so it is. Whew, okay, wow, it is hot in here. Well, thank you so much, Group 1, for watching. Now, let's clear this energy and watch Group 2. Okay, so Group 2, here we go. Love my selenite wand. Absolutely love it. Okay. Sorry if you guys can hear some noise in the background. As I said, the house next door are doing a lot of work in their garden, but I was guided to do this reading, so I wanted to get it out of the way. Wow. Okay, Group 2, you aren't messing around. Spirit's showing me number 7 as well, so that could be a really important number for some of you. Some of you it's your birth number, but for others, so for some of you, it's a significant number in your life that keeps popping up again and again and again. You keep seeing the number 7, and the universe is trying to tell you specific messages on what the number 7 means to you. Wow, okay. Right, so focus on what you can control, which is you, your life, your reality, your emotions, your anger, your own perception. Some of you are going through some trials and tribulations at this point in time. And some of you are just feeling some kind of like off energy, almost like a colleague could have been bitching about you over some sort of situation at work, or friends are saying stuff about you, saying that they love you, but they're actually being quite bitchy and quite snarky about you or decisions you have made in the past. The energy just feels quite off, and you're having to use your own discernment, but you really shouldn't waste your own time and energy on some of these situations. Some of you have some emotional issues you need to work through, heal, and clear out. Some of you haven't realized that you have quite a quick temper now. Like, it's for some of you, it feels like you used to know that you had a quick temper and you thought you cleared it out, but then some people are saying certain things and you're getting triggered and then reacting in a big spectacle style way, and it's like you can no longer make your point anymore, because if somebody was talking to you and they said something you didn't like and your reaction is to completely shout at them and scream, then you've already lost the argument just by doing that. And then at the same time, it's like you already lost yourself when you decided to even get yourself involved into a conversation like that. It's almost like Spirit is trying to get you to choose wisely on what you're spending your energy and time on. Certain people and situations you're wasting your time on, and you could be doing it unconsciously. You could be doing it out of routine. You could be doing it because there's peer pressure to be with certain people or do certain things, but is actually completely depleting your energy, and your life would be changing much more drastically in a healthier and happier way for you if you actually took a step back and started focusing on what you can control, which is creating an amazing life for yourself, which is to work with your emotions instead of against them or letting them take over you, which is to still love your inner child. I'm hearing a lot of that right now. There's a lot of inner child neglection going on right now, because a lot of you are feeling like you have to always be an adult that's in this stressful environment or stressful world. And it's like in your head you're always like, I'm always the bigger person, I always have to put up with this shit. But then you end up going down to being the lowest person during those conversations or arguments, because of all the built up frustration that you haven't cleared out yet. Wow. You're protected, you are safe and supported while you change your career. Okay, going alongside this almost like confrontation of yourself, but you're acting as a reflection of that to other people, with the choose your battles. For some of you, this is once again to do with work, and you're realizing, ooh, I just dropped that card. And you're realizing that you deserve much better. You deserve much better treatment, that you are no longer in alignment. You were never really in alignment, a lot of you, with these certain work situations, but you did it because you needed a job, but you wanted a certain amount of money each month to pay this and to pay that. And you're realizing you were never in alignment, and you're even more now not in alignment at all. You guys aren't even in the same vicinity, the same house, you're not even in the same zip code. And realizing that a lot of the frustration is coming from within you, and it doesn't have as much to do with the work situation as you once thought, and it's actually to do with you, because you haven't really been listening to what you really want, because the truth comes from the heart, and the mind and the ego will always tell you lies, and always try and convince you of lies, and always try and protect you by keeping you extremely limited and not really being open or focused on what your true core essence and happiness is. So for some of you, you're struggling with trying to get out of a certain work situation, because you know you want better, you know you can get better, but it's almost as if you've already given up mentally. It's like, I know I deserve better, but and then it's just like you become exhausted because of the amount of effort and energy you've been putting in to work. It's almost like it's self-sabotage. You need to not self-sabotage anymore. You need to realize that if you want to do something, you have to go for it. Like, you have to make it happen for yourself, and fuck everyone else that talks shit, and fuck everyone that is going to constantly be telling you off for doing things at work that you don't even want to do, or it's not in your job description, or they don't pay you enough. And when you speak your truth about that, they then try and talk down to you and tell you you're lucky that you even have a job, and blah 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 blah. You need to let go of those situations. Just like, fuck it. Sometimes you have to take big risks in life, and other times you can slowly integrate new changes, depending on where you're at, on what stage you're at. For some of you, you are just going to have to say fuck it, and know that as soon as you slam that door shut, there's going to be 500 more opportunities waiting for you. And once again, you have to be open toward them, and don't have all these crazy expectations of certain things happening in a specific way, like our brains love to tell us to do. But for some of the rest of group 2, you have been thinking and contemplating for a long time that you want to change. And for some of you, it's almost random. It feels random. For some of you, it's like, wait, I'm starting to suddenly resonate with the idea of like going, you know, traveling and becoming a YouTube vlogger, or oh, I'm seeing a lot of photographers that want to creep out of the woodworks. A lot of you guys want to suddenly get into photography and do it full time and work with magazines and travel all the time. And a lot of the creative stuff is the hardest things to mentally conceive that you can do, but you really can. And the universe is reminding you that you are looked after. If it's for your greatest and highest good, and it's something that's going to actually genuinely make you happy, you are protected in doing that. Oh, I love this. This is just like extra confirmation. Look at that confirmation. While you're changing your career and you're doing what you actually want to do, you have so much wealth and abundance. Yay! Oh, that's so gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that citrine. Look at that citrine. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love that. So I'm hearing that quote by Bob Marley, and I don't think I'm going to remember how to say it exactly right, but it's something along the lines of, if you think by having money that's the only way you can be rich, then you know you're not really getting the point. There are many ways that you could be rich. There are many ways you can be abundant. Abundance is all around us. Abundance isn't just currency. It's not just that energy. Energy is everything and everywhere. Abundance is waking up every day and feeling at peace. Wealth is being at peace every day. Wealth is getting up and doing exactly what you want each day. Wealth is being able to afford to buy groceries, to cook your own food, to have somewhere to cook and sleep and rest your head at night. Abundance is having fresh air. Abundance is having clothes on your back. Abundance is having money in your bank account, whether it's little or small in your eyes. Abundance is always being looked after. And yes, when you start doing what you are really destined to do, what you really want to do, what you are in alignment with at this current time, in this paradigm, in this realm, then yes, rewards are coming. They've been waiting on the sidelines for you this whole time. And some of you are finding it really hard to comprehend that in your ego, because you're thinking, from the conditioning that you have been indoctrinated in this matrix, it's very hard for some of you to realize that if you actually do what you're in alignment with, everything will fall into place. But for some of you, you don't trust that because it's too scary and it's too much of the unknown and it's too uncomfortable. But guess what? Sometimes you have to be really uncomfortable in order to grow. So if you want to stay stuck in the situation you're in, then by all means, do the same thing and continue complaining, continue being internally frustrated and upset and taking it out on people, and then realizing why people don't stick around as much, or you always have drama, or you always have bullshit situations, or you always feel depressed at the end of the day. But if you really want to create your own life and create your best life, sometimes you really just have to get uncomfortable, take risks, put yourself out there as much as you can. Like, fuck the results. Understand you have rewards coming in, and some of these rewards that you're gonna get, you can't even conceive in your mindset yet because you haven't got there yet. And going alongside the drama, the big transformations, the ego battles and everything as well, some of you are feeling extremely lonely. Some of you have felt lonely your whole lives, is what I'm hearing straight away. Some of you have felt lonely your whole lives, but you've just tried to cover it up with all of these things and distractions and people. Some of you are feeling really alone because you're realizing that the path that you chose and that you feel a lot of social pressure from, but more pressure is actually coming from your ego, but you're lying to yourself and saying it's from the social aspects, when really all the pressure that you've put on yourself is really from within you. But that's what we do in our human vessels. We pretend and convince ourselves that all this pressure is coming from other people, even if people are saying outwardly, you should do this and you have to look after me and you have to do that. The actual pressure that builds up within us is always from our own internal mind, and why we stay up late at night. But for some of you, you've been feeling lonely for quite some time because you're realizing that the path you chose, whether it was a year ago or 4 years ago or 7 years ago or 10 years ago, other people that are doing a similar lifestyle or a similar 9 to 5, and then also looking after the kids, or also going to the gym every night, or doing this and doing that, they look from the outside like they're good, they're settled, they're happy, you know, they look forward to the weekends, or they chose to do something creative from years and years ago, so they've had time to build it up, and you've watched them grow, or you've met them in their height of happiness. And it's like right there and then you're telling yourself that you can't achieve it because somebody started this 10 years ago. Oh, if only I'd done this 10 years ago, and then that's just, you're self-sabotaging it again. But because of the situation of you not feeling very happy within yourself, and not happy in your situation of your daily life, you've been feeling lonely for a long time because you're realizing how uncomfortable it is, in the worst way, to have settled. And because of that aspect, and because you're not really allowing your true self to shine like the star you are, you're feeling lonely and lost. And it's like when you are by yourself and you take your mask off and you get into that vulnerable space, oh boy, it's like that exhaustion, it's a massive wave of exhaustion. It's like when a girl is out all day wearing a bra at work, and then she comes home at like 7 in the evening, and the first thing she does is to whip off that bra, and it's just like, oh my gosh, thank goodness I can be myself for once. Wow. But then some of the people around you don't even know who you really are because you haven't been able to show it, because you've been holding yourself back. And for some of you, you're feeling the loneliest when you are around people, and that's even worse, because then it's just like you're just looking forward to being by yourself. And I'm seeing a lot of you still doing stuff under social pressure to go to the, your nan's house every day, or to go and check on your cousin every day and do this and do that because you're part of the family or part of this. And you actually need a bit more alone time to get to know you, so you don't feel as lonely, because you are your own best friend, but you've been neglecting yourself a lot internally. Now, the questions are, how did you get to this point? Is there anyone in your life that you could talk to or get support from? And what could you do to help yourself? The affirmation is, I am an important part of the human race and look forward to connecting with others. That's awesome. This makes complete sense. Okay, cool. Sacral chakra, of course. Yeah, I mean, this is just Bashari. It's meant to be. Yeah, this just goes hand in hand with literally everything. I mean, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Sacral chakra, that's where majority of us always repress and suppress all of our creativity, our sexual energy, our divine energy, our drive, our compassion, oh my gosh, there's so much suppression. And yes, a lot of it stems from this conditioning of being born into this 3D plane. But it's our job to clear out our own energy blockages and to heal our own traumas and to realign ourselves with our true soul's happiness. And right now, it's like a lot of group 2 are just sitting on so much of their real happiness, their real life, their suppressed energy, frustration. And it's like, it's just all the happiness and creativity and imagination has just been like locked away in this big fortress, and you're just sitting on it. And you're pretending that you have to act this certain way, like a sheep, like a robot, to get through life. And it's just making you miserable. So you guys need to do a lot more sacral chakra healing. I do see some inner child trauma in here as well, which is playing a major part on why you've been shut down and why you've shut down yourself as well. Yoga, yes, will help with that, but also a lot of frequency work, a lot of affirmations, visualizations, law of attraction, just stretching in general, and focusing on rebuilding that chi, that prana, that life source energy within you, and building it up and building it up and building it up until the creativity is just exploding out of your head. You guys are going to have to work a lot on to not suppress your real creative pursuits. And so it is. Thank you so much, group 2. Let's move on to group 3. Hi guys, so we are back with group 3. Oh, I touch my amethyst all the time, but when I touch this one, my gosh, the energy is so much stronger because the surface area is larger. Damn. But yeah, third eye is going crazy already, and we haven't even turned them over. Okay. Oh, honey, this is some real deep reading. I literally, group 1 kicked my ass, group 2 kicked my ass even more, and group 3, my gosh, it's almost as if some of you may end up watching all of these groups, because it's like step by step by step by step by step, heal, 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 heal. Like, and the more and more you think you're healing, the more and more spirit's like, no, you need to heal more. Wow, straight away, the first card, no playing around here. Confront. Confront. And once again, if this is the first time you guys are watching any of my readings, I now show the cards a lot more, because I feel like it's going to help you connect more and awaken your third eye and your own senses and your own abilities. Oh, wow, my heart is heavy instantly. Oh, wow. Okay, group 4. Yeah, you guys are going through some deep, deep transformation. It almost feels like twin flame-like a cliche divine masculine, like breaking all of these walls and all these chains that they've held on to for so long. That's what I'm seeing, a visualization in my head. But not saying that any of you are twin flames. You could resonate with any type of concept. But it's just that deep, that really deep, I can't believe I'm actually like this, and these things happen because I created them, and I don't like the way I am. And oh wow, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of regret. You're realizing that you have neglected your inner child so much, and you're also realizing that you've neglected your real adult self, that your real adult like happiness. Like, you've neglected every part of you for so long, and you've had this mask on so well, so tight knit. Your armor has been like 25 fucking layers of protection, 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 protection. Ah! Like, and really it's just been containing you and caging you and limiting you the whole fucking time. And some of the ways when people have really hurt you, really upset you, disrespected you, it's not like you put up with it. It's almost like whatever position that person was in, you didn't feel like you could say your real truth. So for some of you, it would be somebody at work that you didn't feel like you could say your real truth to and really speak your truth to, because it could damage potentially your situation there. But then there are other times when you've been in romantic relationships and things have been said about you or to your face, and it's made you so upset at the time that you completely shut down, disappeared, silenced, ghosted, and then it's been eating away at you for, my gosh, a long ass fucking time. But you're realizing that so many of your anger issues and emotional issues are stemming from you never really letting yourself be free. You're never really letting yourself be known. And the moon energy, especially the new moon energy that's coming in right now, is really making you confront those fears, those issues, those traumas that you've gone through, that you just buried so deep down that you didn't think they would ever resurface and that you could just move on. But honey, it's been affecting you in your daily life every day, and now you're realizing exactly how and why, and it's overwhelming. And you're realizing that you have to purge so much more than you ever thought you had to purge in your lifetime, and it's exhausting and it's emotionally draining, and it can feel scary. But you need to know that this is for your greatest good. You have to clear these things out. You have to stop limiting yourself. You have to confront your fears and your issues head on, face to face, because you are the only person that can heal you. And I'm hearing that song, what is it? I think it's Sinead, is it Sinead Harnett? Ooh, I wish I could heal you. That's what I'm hearing in my head, because the whole song is about how a feminine energy is talking to a masculine energy and saying, you know, they wish they could heal them, blah, blah, blah. They wish they could take all the pain away from everything they've been through. I wish that I could take it away, but you're the only one that can help yourself, baby. And, yeah, you guys have to, you have to go through this. You have to. The only way out is through. You cannot keep avoiding it like a hump on the road where there's the tiniest bit of smooth road and you're on a motorcycle, so you go on the little edge. Like you can't. It is doing yourself a disservice. You are doing yourself a disservice if you continue to avoid these issues that you have. You have to face it. Yes, it's fucking painful, gut-wrenching. It feels like sometimes you want to rip your whole entire being apart, and then you relive all this anger about all of these people from when you're 7 years old, from when you're 12, from when you're 15, 16, 24, 25, 32. Like, you're going to relive some of these things because the energy has stayed alive because you haven't actually gone through it. And then when you realize that, it's going to be a whole other kettle of fish for you to deal with, and your ego is going to be like, oh my God. But you have to go through this. You have to heal these wounds. You really have to. Spirit is pushing you to do this. I'm sure some of you have been seeing synchronicities a lot recently. Little things that remind you here and there of certain instances that have happened in your life. And you're just like, and try and move on. Sorry, there's loads of spirits here right now. I mean, there always is when I'm channeling, but like, I'm seeing them a lot clearer now. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Oh. Some of you, wow, all those years of being shut down and suppressing yourself and other people suppressing you, whew, the way out is in. I mean, I already know straight off the bat because of the songs that are in my head right now. Some of you really need to sing, and I know that that resonates with me a lot. Sometimes when we shut down our throat chakras and our use of speech and just our voice in general, a lot of the times the ways that we can transform and heal the most is through music, is through song, is through spoken word, is through doing lectures, writing stories, bringing that creativity again out into the world. And because of the experiences you've gone through, so many of you have so much to share, whether it's through writing a blog, writing a story, becoming a teacher and using your voice that way to help heal the collective, whether it's creating a YouTube channel and just expressing yourself. I definitely see a lot of you doing spoken word / poetry slams, quite a lot actually, because of how you've compartmentalized some of the pain and issues you've gone through. The way that you could express it in spoken word and poetry is gonna be so helpful to you, like honestly so helpful to you. So please stop limiting yourself, please stop keeping yourself drawn back, and start actually putting in effort and energy to be creative, to express yourself. Even if you just write these things just for you and you don't share it with the world, is going to help you a lot. Some of you would benefit greatly from just doing a daily journal of when you feel like it, a couple of times a day or every night before bed, just writing down how you feel, the emotions you've gone through today, things that have happened, how you thought about it compared to how you would normally feel about it last year, last week, last month, whatever it is. It's going to really help you. You heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. How beautiful. Oh, this is just extra confirmation. Divine love is calling you. Yes, it is. Divine love is calling you because yourself is calling you. Yeah. Your inner child is just craving and dying to be loved. Literally dying to be loved. And it's your job to love your inner child and to heal your inner child and to free your inner child and to understand that that's the real deep core part of you that has always needed to see the light, has always needed to be out in the open. And yes, I know you've gone through a lot of pain and a lot of conditioning and programming, and you got told you had to act a certain way because you're an adult. But honey, you were getting that advice from people who are miserable in their own lives. Once you start clearing out these blocks and healing these traumas and connecting with yourself more, you're going to find yourself a lot more drawn to other inspiring people that can help you, whether it's on the internet, in person, in books, people who have died who wrote songs, like channeling songs from Michael Jackson or Prince, and really, really hearing that message that you didn't think that you could even hear before. Or watching movies like The Matrix, and every time you watch it, you see and hear different messages that resonate with the being that you are at that level that you are at that present time. Love is all around you, literally. And Spirit is trying to get you to feel the love within you and to build the love within you, to build up all of that love for yourself. Who you've been, who you are now, where you're going. Yeah. The more and more you focus on loving yourself, oh my gosh, so many things are just going to happen for you like that. And this is why you need this love for yourself. This is why you need to build up this love within yourself. What has happened to make you feel sad? How long have you been feeling this way? How would you like to feel? And what can you do to lift yourself out of sadness? This is a really deep transformational period for you guys in group 3 right now. And yeah, going through some of this stuff, it can make you fucking depressed, and it makes you to a level of sadness that you don't even want to deal with, because you'd rather not use all that energy, because at some points it can feel so frustrating that it feels like you are wasting your time, but you're not, because you're really having to heal these wounds. And if you had healed them at the time, it wouldn't be overwhelming as it is right now, because right now you probably have like 30, 40, possibly even 50, or even possibly just 5 major fucking traumas that happened to you that have coincided with continuing to represent themselves year in year in year in different smaller ways. So then all of it builds up from point 1, from point 2, from point 3, from point 4, from point 5. And then suddenly you're confronted with like 500 things at once. And yes, it is overwhelming. And it's making you really sad, and it's making you feel broken down, and you're wondering why you have to go through this right now. And then it also makes you feel even more like a failure because you're dealing with this right now and you're in an adult body and you need to get on with life. And then you start beating yourself up and doing that whole toxic cycle rather than accepting that your body, your soul, your spirit is telling you you need to finally face these demons. You need to finally close these chapters. You need to finally let this energy go. And it's okay. And yes, you feel sad right now and broken and angry right now, but everything is energy, and guess what? This too shall pass. See it as, okay, this fucking kills, and it feels like I'm being stabbed 500 times a day at the moment, emotionally and mentally. But as soon as I continue clearing out this, I won't ever have to deal with this again. Not in the way that I am right now. See it as a means to an end. And the affirmation is, it's okay to feel sad. All feelings are temporary. In the meantime, I will flow in the universal stream of hope and happiness. And last card. Oh, daydreams and decisions. Yep, literally every single group is going through their own major transformation. Wow. Once you've started confronting these demons, these issues, everything you've suppressed, healing your inner child, loving yourself more, focusing on filling your own cup more, starting to express yourself, whether it's through private acts of creativity or sharing it out to the world, showing yourself more love in ways that you've never shown yourself love before, confronting these feelings of sadness and anger and frustration and facing them head on and working through them rather than trying to avoid them. You will get to this space of when you realize that you can change your reality. You can create a much happier life for yourself. Things are already started transforming right in front of you, internally, outwardly. Certain situations are now changing. And it looks like it's more in your favor. It always was in your favor. But now it's going to be you're going to be able to conceive the idea that is in your favor more because you've made these internal changes, and the universe will always reflect that. Yeah. Some of you are going to have major changes in your career, just like group 3 actually. Group 2. Some major decisions that are going to be made on changing not only your career, but a lot of you is going to be changing your environment and some of the people that you've put up with for so long. A lot of toxic family members and friends are going to start falling away, or you're going to just distance yourself from them because you realize they're not actually for your greatest good, and you needed to wake the fuck up and use your discernment and realize you don't need to be around certain energies. You can love people from a distance. You do not need to be with them every single day. So there's some major changes going on right now. So thank you so much, group 3. I'm sending you so much love and light. And let's move on to group 4. Hi, group 4. Welcome to your reading. Last reading. Woo! Wow, that was like a school trick. For those of you who've never watched my channel before, I've now started showing you the cards and crystals a lot more, just to help you connect more with these cards so you can awaken your senses and abilities even more. Wow, this feels like the lightest reading. Group 1 was heavy. Group 2 and 3 were like gut-wrenching. But this energy doesn't feel as heavy right now. Okay, let's get started. Ooh. Hell yeah. You better lead your life. Now I'm starting to hear Michael Jackson's song Man in the Mirror. Sorry about the change up, guys. My DM just gave me some cacao oats, which is just cooling right there. So what I was saying is I straight away started hearing Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. And the line I heard was, oh gosh, no, it's gone. Thank you, SoulStar. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you wanted, yeah, you guys know the song. I just stopped myself because I just thought I'm gonna get way too into it and start like shucking out and doing moves. But I'm hearing that song because you guys have already, it's like you've already gone through that change internally, and now you're realizing that you are the creator of your own life, you are the leader of your own life, you are now on a larger platform, on a larger scale, on a new, higher, elevated, ascended level, because guess what? You created that for yourself, and now you're taking charge. But some of you are feeling like you don't want to be seen as a role model by society or your friends or family or your subscribers on YouTube, because you don't want to then suddenly have all that pressure put upon you that you energetically feel. But Spirit's asking you to continue leading in this passionate way that you've come to, this place you've come to, because you might not feel like you want to be seen a certain way at the beginning, but when you realize the influence that you can make on even one person, you're going to realize you were put into this position not only because you're strong enough, but also because it's destined, and that you've taken the time and energy to heal some of these energy blockages and to create this new life for yourself. And now you have to continue taking charge just like you started to do in the beginning, because you're not only going to help yourself, you're going to help so many other people. You are going to give yourself to service, and it's going to make you feel so joyful and rich and abundant and at peace and fulfilled. So don't start taking yourself back right now because you've got so far. You need to continue pushing yourself, continue putting yourself out there. I love this card, and it just reminds me of the song that I was just channeling straight away. That is confirmation from Spirit. I see this, I channel Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. That whole song is about him inspiring other people to help other people and to change within. And come on, bro, come on. Your music is going to heal others. Your creativity is going to heal others. Okay, so for some of you, I'm seeing that you're getting into a lot more frequencies and subliminal messages, and you're going to start creating your own frequencies. You're going to start practicing just for yourself first and foremost, but then you're going to realize how much it can help and affect others in a positive way, and start putting your stuff out there onto the internet. I also see some of you coming and traveling to foreign countries like I have, like how I'm living in Bali right now, and getting a lot more into sound healing with gongs and Tibetan bowls, and realizing the power of that vibrational energy because it's so strong. And you're going to start getting into the practice. First, you're going to start listening to them more in person, because hearing a Tibetan bowl in person compared to online in a video, oh my gosh, the difference is profound. But then you're going to start practicing more and more. I see a lot of you getting a lot more into drumming, electric guitar especially, and some of you just outright singing and writing your own songs. Oh wow. Okay, so for some of you, you used to write songs. You used to write songs, you used to write music when you were a child, and some of you, you're not even going to be able to remember because you've blocked it out so much. But you used to be open to this creativity, to this healing. But typical fashion in this 3D matrix, you shunned it, you suppressed it out of yourself, and you're having to reawaken that spark, relight that fire, literally. Because you need to share these healing services with the world. Yee! Oh, I love the energy of this card. Wow. And I also love the fact that it's all blue. I'm blue, dabble dee dabble die. It's all blue, it's all indigo, violet, throat chakra, crown chakra, third eye. Oh, wow. We attract what we desire, and we desire what we attract. Yep, this is going hand in hand with your creativity, your music. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's like, so for some of you, you know the power of music. You know the power of music is strong because when you hear certain music, whether it's a favorite artist of yours or certain frequencies or certain genres, you feel that power just like embody you, and it takes over your soul, and you get like so into it, and you know all the lyrics to all the songs, and it's like, you know the power of music when it comes to that perception of it, to that experience. But you're not realizing that if you create your own music, 10 times powerful. It's 10 times powerful because it's coming completely from your heart, from your source energy. And if you can feel that way because of other people's music, imagine how people are going to feel when they hear your music. And I'm seeing that because I know that for some of you, doing this music, being this creative in this way, oh my gosh, it's going to attract so many more opportunities, so much abundance, so many amazing, eye-opening highlights of my lifestyle experiences. You're going to connect so much more with people, your real soul family, the people who get you like this. And you're like, oh my gosh, are you serious? My sister doesn't even understand me, but you get me? Wow. It's going to help you manifest more of these amazing opportunities and experiences into your life, into this conscious reality. So don't hold yourself back, man. If you feel like writing a song, write a song. It doesn't matter if you need to learn notes. It doesn't matter if the first song you write doesn't sound that great to you. To somebody else, it could sound amazing. Or you could continue writing for yourself for a while before you start to share it with the world. Or there are so many different ways. You could put out stuff anonymously just to see how it gets received. You know, all of the things that you want to do, if you're still feeling insecure, you should still put yourself out there. You're going to have to push past your own boundaries. You're going to have to make yourself uncomfortable, because that is when real change happens. And it's just going to lead to more confidence. Yeah. What does confidence mean to you? In what areas of your life are you most confident? How did you come to this point? What advice could you offer others on confidence? In my head, I'm seeing those cliche scenarios of somebody who's come from absolutely nothing and is completely self-taught and just started to mess around with a keyboard one day, and then suddenly started doing a trombone, and then suddenly started doing a guitar, and then creating all these sick beats, and then doing like singing and DJing and rapping all on the same bloody song. And then like a couple of weeks after their song goes viral on SoundCloud and YouTube, they're suddenly doing all these interviews like, you know, you guys, if you ever feel inspired to just create something just for you and you feel good about it, just share it to the universe, man. You never know what's going to happen. Like, I'm seeing those cliche interviews right now, like FKJ. There's so much creativity inside you. There's so much confidence inside you, but sometimes you'll convince yourself that you're not as confident as you actually are. And even with you being at the level of confidence you are at now, you're inspiring to so many people already. And if you continue doing this work, you're just going to continue elevating and ascending and shining a light for so many people who are trying to climb out of the darkness. I am totally and fully believe in myself. I am strong and powerful. I am confident. Yes, you are. Wow. Wow, that just hit me like a ton of bricks. Whew. Okay, last card. Wow. Moving on. Straight away, I know some of you are really working on your throat chakra through this music and this inner work you're doing, because I'm seeing a lot of you moving on from certain situations where you always bit your tongue, you always you always held yourself back from really speaking your truth about certain situations that have affected you for a long time. So you're starting to move on from those situations and actually speak your truth, whether it's just to yourself out loud and then making an actionable step, or whether it's actually saying it to those people that are involved in the situation with you. So for some of you, this is moving on physically, emotionally, mentally, like from certain situations that just aren't in your best favor. For some of you, you're moving on from your old habits, your old self-sabotaging habits of always limiting yourself, always keeping yourself contained so you stay safe. Because you're realizing when you put yourself out there a bit more, the impact you can have on the world, like man in the mirror, is profound. And you're realizing that you have to get over your humps in order to help a much greater cause, because yeah, this life isn't just about you, it's about the greater good, and you're very connected to wanting to make the world a better place. So you know that you have to get over some of these little humps, these insecurities, in order to do that. You guys can probably hear the temple sounds in the background. If you guys didn't know, I live in Bali now, so yes, there are many temples all around us. But it's just adding extra healing to your life right now. Okay, so some of you are moving on physically, location-wise, just because you feel like you no longer align with where you're currently physically living. And even though the lifestyle is okay, you're actually seeking some of you are seeking a very much more natural way of living, like Bali or Hawaii, where you can be surrounded by nature. Like literally looking out, all I see is all the tropical trees in my garden. I see coconut trees, papaya trees, my swimming pool's down there, the statues are down there, temples here, people ride their mopeds with no shoes on. Like, it's a very much more natural way of living compared to London or Barcelona, where I was living before. So a lot of you are trying to connect more with yourselves in a more simplistic way by changing locations. And for others, you want to be more in the sunshine. The vitamin D is calling your name profoundly. You just want to have that light shining on you all the time, because it just makes you feel so good. And you have so much creative passions within you that when you're having to wrap up in the cold environment, for some reason I'm seeing like a coffee shop in Sweden where they go and do fika. And if you guys don't know what fika is, it's like a traditional Swedish thing where you go for like coffee and cake, or a hot drink and cake, and people do it all day every day, like fika. I love it. I used to do it all the time when I was in Sweden. For some of you, it's like the weather and the location wise and people's way of thinking, the consensus of the way people think in those certain areas no longer aligns with you. For most of you, it never did in the first place, but you were able to put up with it, and now you can't put up with it anymore, and you have to move location to be more at peace and to be more with your real people, like your real soul family members. And so it is. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much, Group 4. I'm sending you so much love and light. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a reading or anything like that, whether it's a reading, Reiki healing, crystal healing, natal chart reading, and all the above from me and my DM, then everything is in the description. You can also check out my vlog channel that I have with my Divine Masculine. We just started posting videos. We've been traveling all over the world for the last like 9 months. So we've got so much footage that we're putting out into the universe. And if you want to stay at a beautiful healing retreat to receive all these services and stay in amazing accommodation. There's the No Retreat, which is where I'm at right now. That's in the link in the description. And also, if you want to support our GoFundMe page to help build up our services and our charity, for Noah Care Charity, where we're giving to all the forgotten souls of third world countries, then that is also in the description. I love you guys so much. You are amazing, you are strong, you are powerful, you are abundant, and you are achieving and attracting everything you want in life. I love you. Stay strong. Bye.